back to another episode of Project DIY, where I try and repair something that probably could be taken to a professional, but this is a much cheaper option. So, I am not a mechanic of any kind, but I had a friend and their tailpipe was squeaking like all get out. And I looked through some products and I found out that there are a few things that I could use in conjunction to help make it work. So let's see what we're working with here. It was a very, very squeaky tailpipe, and that's not because the bracket had failed, but because a weld had failed right here at the joint. So I determined that we should just seal this up, and that's what we were about to do. So anytime you're trying to use any sort of adhesive of any kind and there's rust present, you should really try and clean it up as much as possible, because rust just spreads and it isn't really good at making a solid contact surface for any adhesion. So that's what I was doing. I was using a wire brush and I was scraping off as much rust as possible. It was not easy to do with a camera, so I did a little bit of it off camera too. So the first product that I used was this Weld Extreme Heat. The instructions were to mix it up really good and thoroughly, and then apply it, and then just let it set and cure for a prolonged period of time. Now this stuff was designed to go on the exhaust pipes and the manifolds. It is designed for heat. So I was looking for something to seal it all up and to be able to handle a lot of heat, because we're putting it directly on a tailpipe. So I mixed it up with my handy-dandy bamboo skewer. I used some gloves because I'm pretty sure I do not want to get any of this stuff on me. And then I really just slathered it on. I could not do this without making a mess while using the camera. So you can kind of see what I put on there. I slathered it on and got it as thick around it, all around as possible, and let it go. So here we are on the next day, and it is cured. The Weld stuff had to cure for 24 hours, so it is hard, it is solid, and it feels like it's going to do its job, and I am ready for phase 2, which is this tiger patch muffler repair thing, which is probably not the best reviewed product, which is why I double dipped and also had the Weld beforehand. So I got the Weld, and now I'm muffler taping it. And the muffler tape requires that you heat up the tailpipe a little bit beforehand. So you see me here starting the van up, getting it a little warmed up. Not too hot, because you still got to be able to handle it and wrap that muffler and the tailpipe. But it is just warming up for about 5 or 10 minutes, just getting a little bit warm, because the tape requires a heat chemical reaction to happen, and it's going to like form and be a one with the tailpipe when it's all said and done. So I did that. I could not do that with one hand while holding the camera. And this is what it looks like right now. It's okay. And after you get the tape on there again, then you're supposed to run the vehicle for about 20 minutes. And I did that, and I ran the vehicle for about 20 minutes, and you could tell that while I was doing it, that there were some issues. It wasn't really fully like sucked to it, and that was probably because there was a bend right where I was doing it. But I really just kind of squeezed it and let it go, and continued and squeezed and continued, and it eventually adhered in the way that I wanted it to. And just to be absolute certain that this thing wasn't going anywhere, we had the Weld, we had the tape. Now I'm just going to strap it up to where it just gets as much support as physically possible and looks as ugly as possible. I strapped it up directly to the frame, and I don't think it's going anywhere. And I think that it's pretty much sealed to the point where this tailpipe, although it looks ugly, is officially repaired. Alright, I might give you an update in a few months and see how it's doing, but for right now, it is no longer squeaking, and that was the important thing for my friend, because they didn't like hearing that squeak over and over again, and it was just causing them some nerves. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. Be sure to click that subscribe button and that thumbs up if you did enjoy this one. I'll see y'all later. Bye.